Black on black gun violence permeating our society. St. Louis mother, Crystal Edens, shot 9 times in front of her kids in St. Louis, North County of Dellwood, Missouri on a Halloween night of 2025, and she survived. So, mother shot 9 times in front of her kids in St. Louis, North County of Dellwood, Missouri on a Halloween night of 2025. Crystal Edens was shot 9 times while parked on Vicky Place in Dellwood, Missouri, in St. Louis, North County, near the Dellwood Market on Chambers Road. The shooting happened before 8:30 p.m. Now remember, this is Halloween. This is a holiday where people are going to be out trick-or-treating, going to different houses. There are people all over the place. But for some reason, in our black urban communities, and I've said this a million times, there is a duality and a dichotomy when we have these holiday weekends and holiday events. It's supposed to be a loving, gathering situation, and it turns into a gun-yielding, gun-firing mess and mayhem, and people ending up losing their lives over Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July weekend, Labor Day weekend, Halloween. It's supposed to be a joyous moment, and it turns into a killing field. So the shooting happened around 8:30 p.m. That's early evening, with shell casings recovered at the scene, and 2 people confirmed struck by gunfire. Also, 2 other people were struck by gunfire. It happened on a busy stretch where people were going in and out of the market next door with children everywhere. Remember, this is Halloween. So this woman gets shot 9 times, and it was caught on surveillance camera. It was severe. It was so severe that doctors left the bullets in her body to avoid causing further harm, and police revived her at the scene. She has described the situation and her survival mode by hearing her daughter screaming as she lay there dying. So she gets shot 9 times in front of her children, and think about the PTSD that is happening to not only her by getting shot, but her children to witness it. And by Almighty God, hearing the voice of God, reason, and her daughter screaming, it gave her the vestibule and the strength to say that I'm not going to go. I want to be here for my kids as a covenant. And she survived 9 bullets, and they had to keep them in her body, or else removing the bullets would have caused even more destruction. So the aftermath, there was a suspect taken into custody, thank God. And for attempted murder, on the surveillance camera, this guy pulled out 2 semi-automatic guns, 2, and started shooting at this woman, claiming that he was upset at this lady. And she, Miss Crystal Edens, said she didn't even know the guy, claimed that he was yelling at her, saying that she parked her car in his mother's parking space or on her property in Dellwood. And there was no real verbal exchange. He decided that he was going to take out 2 semi-automatic weapons and started shooting this woman, and then shot 2 other people. You talk about mental illness. Untreated, undiagnosed mental illness is a real thing. This guy had to be mentally disturbed. He also has to be extremely evil and has the devil working through his blood. We are living in a godless society. We are living in a fatherless society today in our urban cities, and we got to get back to a relationship with God, church, a relationship with our male elders, our uncles, our grandfathers, our fathers. There has been a complete desecration and decimation of the black family today. And we have a whole generation of individuals that don't have any idea about conflict resolution, conflict understanding, de-escalation of things. Many of these kids today have never been told no. They have a real hold back on authority figures dealing with them, whether it's teachers, administrators, parents, the level of disrespect that they are giving their parents, the level of disrespect that they're doing to their teachers, administrators, police officers, anybody that they run into. We have a whole generation of folks that are just living by a reactionary, not thinking kind of society today. And it is going to be a very dangerous place to live in. It's starting to be today because we have an entire element of folks that don't know up from down, or they don't have any direction or plan for the future. They live in day to day. So the suspect was taken into custody and a GoFundMe was launched to support her recovery. Her survival and her determination to stay here for her kids has been described as a story of resilience and the element and the presence of God around her. This is truly a story about a mother's will to be here for her children and to survive this devastating shooting that took place. We have certain areas in our urban community that are operating like they are third world countries. Missouri is an open carry state. Everybody has a damn gun today, and you cannot have a disagreement or an argument with somebody in many of our cities, and definitely in the state of Missouri. There are so many people that have weapons that is not even funny. And they are trigger happy and can't wait to pull a gun out and shoot somebody. And unfortunately, in our urban cities, the people that are doing the shooting and the people that are getting shot look the same, have the same hue, same color, same skin, and we call that black on black gun violence. Months later, according to one local outlet, her physical recovery was still ongoing. The shooting also became a flashpoint locally, addressing how much increased gun violence has absorbed North St. Louis County in recent years. So this woman was shot 9 times by an unknown man during a dispute over where she had parked her car. The unknown man said that Miss Edens parked her car on his mother's property. Remember, she was pronounced dead he shot her 9 times. She was pronounced dead at the scene, but was successfully revived by emergency responders and by hearing her daughter's screaming voice, yelling at her mother to stay with them and not to die. Black on black gun violence is permeating our society. We need to protest black on black gun violence. I'm going to continue to do these videos ad nauseum until something changes. The self-hatred we have for each other, the godless society, the fatherless society that we live in, things must change or we're going to lose an entire black generation of folks to death and incarceration. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth.